Hi, I'm Starborn. Remember, to be a star, you have to shine your own light, follow your own path, and not be afraid of the darkness, because that's when stars shine brightest. If you've been looking at our website, starborninstitute.org, you would already know that the title of tonight's show is Changing Places, and that's because tomorrow we're having a fabulous new moon at 6 degrees of Cancer, and there are going to be 5 planets in the water signs, all very nicely trining each other under that new moon. In fact, 3 of them are in Cancer: the Sun, the Moon, and the Moon rules that sign, so it's very strong there, and Jupiter are all in Cancer, and they are trining Neptune in Pisces. Neptune's the ruler of that sign, and they're also trining Saturn in Scorpio. And so since the water signs rule our feelings, and they also rule healing and empathy and sympathy and forgiveness, and they rule taking care of others by, sort of helping out in one way or another, either by providing assets for people or finances for people, or else simply by sharing space, such as our families do when they all live in the same home. So changing places, I think, can be coming up because you may want to make some sort of slight change in your life in order to make it a little bit easier for you, maybe to relieve you of some pain, or maybe to lower your level of anxiety, so you could want a little bit more peace of mind, and I can't blame you at all. The reason why we can be thinking about changing places is because change is ruled by Gemini, and the 3 planets in Cancer are being backed up beautifully by both Mercury and Venus, the planet of love and partnership and cooperation, which are both in Gemini. Gemini rules communication and change, and it rules our neighborhoods and our pals and friends and early childhood education, and it rules all short forms of communication, such as buying and selling and promoting and advertising, and it rules journalism, and it rules 2-year colleges, and it also rules training courses and seminars and short trips. And so this is a time when you can be thinking of that. After all, it's almost summer, and we can be all thinking of going on vacation. So you could be thinking of changing locations. You could be thinking of changing friends a little bit. You could be thinking of changing something in your life that could be bothering you a lot. And the reason why you could be thinking of that is because there are 6 planets in the cardinal signs right now. Gee, that's a lot, because they are in a very fierce grand cross, and that means the 3 planets in Cancer, which is a cardinal sign, are being squared by Uranus in Aries and by Mars in Libra. By themselves, those 2 malefic planets are almost exactly opposite each other and putting a lot of pressure on each other and the other planets in cardinal signs. So those 2 planets are squaring the Sun, Moon, and Jupiter in Cancer, and they are also squaring Pluto in Capricorn. And so there could be a lot of reasons why you might want to be changing places right now, and it could be because of a breakup of some sort. It could be that a coworker is deciding to leave for one reason or another, and perhaps you would have extra burdens taking up their duties as well, or there could be an opening for you due to a breakup. It could be that a partnership is dissolved now because people want more peace of mind. They don't want to keep fighting. It could be that somebody could be on the losing end of a legal matter, that could be resolved now, and so it's over. Or it could simply be that there's the possibility or threat of a canceled contract right now. And that is because that Mars in Libra, which is in a cardinal sign, is being backed up by those good planets in Gemini, Venus, which is the ruler of Libra, and Mercury, which is the ruler of Gemini. So those are strong planets there. So finally, some sort of legal matter or partnership issue or contract issue can be resolved. But if you do not like how it is resolved, you may want to change places in one way or another, and that would be a very good idea. You can also be wanting to change places because you want to move. That can be possible because, for instance, students move out of dorms and they move into apartments during the summer when they're not in school. Or it could be that you want to just move to a quieter place, or you want to move back home somewhere else and change locations. That is very well aspected because Cancer does rule the home and it does rule real estate. Or you could even want to buy a home right now, and that too is well aspected, so you would be changing places. Or there is the possibility that you could want to change places because of budget cuts. Remember, Pluto in Capricorn is being squared by Mars in Libra, and those are the rulers of Scorpio, which rule financing, so there isn't going to be enough financing around, and for that reason, corporations, which is what Capricorn rules, or government agencies, may have to instill some budget cuts. So if you were changing places because of a layoff, or because a company goes out of business, that could give you a little breathing space right now. So, changing places can be quite possible, but it would be due to relieving you of some sort of pain or anxiety that you have been going through, and that's a pretty good reason to change places as well. So it can simply be that you can be trying to get a little breathing space right now in one way or another. If you make any kind of a change, even just a small one, that eases your pain or lessens your anxiety and does give you some peace of mind, it will go very smoothly right now. And that is because Gemini rules change, and both Venus and Mercury are in that sign right behind that new moon. So even a small change in your life is going to have a very nice effect on you. So I encourage you to think about how to make your life a little bit more peaceful right now. On the other hand, if you are feeling threatened by an enemy, this is the time when you can be coming home. Remember, Cancer rules the home, and they say that home is where the heart is. You can be coming home to how you really feel about some people, or you can be understanding how you really, what you really like to do. And as you come home to what you'd rather be doing or who you'd rather be with, that can necessitate some kind of changing places. And it would go rather smoothly. So I encourage you to think about that. And if you can't change everything in your life, at least I hope that you can be more true to your own feelings. And I hope you remember that with that grand trine in water signs, family and friends are there to help you. So somebody will help you if you want to make some sort of change right now. Okay, what does this mean to all 12 of the sun signs? Well, Aries, for you, I think you can certainly feel as if you've had enough. You don't like the pressure in your life right now, or the uncertainty of a partnership or a legal matter, or even a contract could be up in the air, and you may decide to rebel and simply leave town or take a short trip or simply try something new right now. You may as well do that because the pressure is going to stay exactly where it is, Aries. And with 6 planets in cardinal signs, it is the 4 cardinal signs, Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn, that are under this immense pressure right now. And so I think something should change in your life. And since your sign rules new beginnings and you're so darn good at them, Aries, I hope that you sort of refuse to stay in an intractable situation and try to change places somewhere in your life, or change partnerships, or move a little bit, or just try to create some sort of breathing space in your life so that you have time to sort of regroup and think of what you would rather be doing. Because I think you're going to have to start off in one new direction or another, particularly if you come out on the losing end of a lawsuit or a legal matter right now, and that is quite possible. So I hope that you decide to just get your courage up, Aries, and go in a new direction. And even if it's only a short trip, it really would get you out of a pressure situation, and that could ease your mind and bring you peace. So I hope you give it a try. Okay, what does it mean to a Taurus? Well, Taurus, this is simply a time with no planets in your sign, that the earth signs are a little bit weak because there's only one planet in an earth sign, and that is Pluto in Capricorn. Yes, it's trining your sun, but it is since it's in a cardinal sign, it is beleaguered right now and under intense pressure and cannot help you too much. In fact, because it's also retrograde, there are 4 retrograde planets right now, it simply means that the terms of a long-term pension plan could be getting reworked, and they would not necessarily be in anybody's favor. So you should try to get your hands on any money that has been held for a long time and sort of cash things in right now, Taurus, because then the money would be in your hand instead, and it might be a little safer that way, because you do not want to be subject to changing government rules, particularly when you're such a good hard worker. On the other hand, buying and selling could help you out of some sort of financial quagmire right now, and that is because Saturn is opposing your sun sign, and it is a reminder that there can be a financial situation dealing with credit or debt or taxes or back taxes that has to be resolved, and that situation is not only not going to go away unless you solve it, but it's going to get worse when Mars comes into Scorpio, and then both Mars and Saturn will be opposing your sun sign, and that could really be disastrous. So for right now, I hope that you do buy and sell, because your ruler, Venus, is right ahead of your sun sign in Gemini along with Mercury, and that simply means that people who are buying and selling right now could be very successful at that, and that's why I think you should try that. So make some sort of small change. Your sign rules being possessive about money and about loved ones, but I think you got to let something go right now, Taurus, in order to help work out some sort of financial situation from the past so that you can get it resolved before it gets worse. Okay, what does it mean to a Gemini? Well, Gemini, you have Venus and Mercury in your sun sign. Yes, Mercury is still retrograde, but it'll go direct next week, which is good, and then it's going to head into Cancer. So for right now, with both Venus and Mercury in your sign being trined beautifully by that Mars in Libra, it simply means that, you know, you're sort of in a sweet spot or a lucky spot right now, Gemini. The new moon is right ahead of your sun sign, so that means the sun, moon, and Jupiter are ahead of your sun sign, and then you've got these two good planets. So if you were buying or selling or promoting or advertising or getting the word out somehow, you would be very successful at that, Gemini. And also you can be very well liked right now, and you can find the right way to say things in order to get your way, and also to smooth things out. So you might be in the role of a peacemaker this week, and that would be wonderful, because there are some people who will be going through change, and some of it might be unpleasant, and so, you know, everybody's still got to pick up the pieces and keep going, and I think you're going to be instrumental in making that work out really well. So good luck to you. All right, what does it mean to a Cancer? Well, Cancer, the new moon tomorrow is in your sun sign, and boy, is it a good one, Cancer, because the sun, the moon, your own ruler, and Jupiter are all in your sun sign. Jupiter is only in a sun sign once every 12 years. It takes 12 years to get around, and it generally stays in a sign for a whole year. And that's what you've been under for a year, Cancer, because last summer Jupiter came into your sun sign, and next month in July, on July 16th, it will leave your sun sign. But for right now, this is probably one of the best new moons that's ever occurred in your lifetime, Cancer, because it simply means you will be able to change places in some way, to ease some anxiety or to relieve some sort of pain. If you were in a work situation that you were feeling pretty uncomfortable with because yours is a cardinal sign, and remember there are 6 planets in cardinal signs putting a lot of pressure on people right now, it can be that you simply do not want to stay in the same situation, and because there are 5 planets in water signs and the new moon is in your sign, you will be able to move in one way or another, or to switch positions, or to downsize a little bit, or maybe to go part-time in a situation just in order to give yourself a little bit more time at home. So you are going to be able to make a successful transition or change. It may not be a big one, but it will be a successful one. And I think you're already thinking about that behind the scenes, because Mercury and Venus are right behind your sun sign. So there are 5 planets real close to you, and that is why I think you can be empowered despite the fact that there's so much pressure among the cardinal signs. I don't think anybody can really harass you too much right now, Cancer. I think you can get your way. But I hope that you're going to leave an intractable situation, or at least ease the pressure of it in one way or another. And you will be successful at that. So don't stay in the same situation, because you don't have to, Cancer. You can do better. Okay, what does it mean to a Leo? Well, Leo, this is simply a time when you can benefit from some sort of breakup. And the reason why is that Mars in Libra is sextiling your sun, and Uranus in Aries is trining your sun sign. These two planets, Mars and Uranus, are really going head to head right now, and there is a breakup that is imminent somewhere, and it will affect us in one way or another, or a legal issue, or a canceled contract. But Leo, I think it's going to pass right by you, and that you will instead benefit from some sort of breakup, or from somebody who just wants to bolt and make some sort of new start. They might want to take you with them. So there is something new on your horizon. It could be travel, or it could simply be that you get a unique opportunity to do something that you'd absolutely love to do, and that you are probably well equipped to do as well, Leo. So that's good. So I hope you look out for that, because there is a lot of pressure among other people, and something's got to give, and it will. But I think that you're going to be able to pick up the pieces and benefit from that, Leo. So try not to get in the middle of somebody else's battle. You don't need to. In fact, I think that you need to prepare for a very good year, because Jupiter is coming into your sun sign next month. You still need to clean up some sort of financial issue from the past, though, or a loan or a credit or a debt issue, because Saturn in Scorpio is squaring your sun sign. The sooner you do that, or the sooner you get it something on livable terms that you can handle, the better for you. So you do need to go ahead and complete some paperwork right now, Leo, and I would not put it off. When Mars and Saturn both get in Scorpio and square your sun, that is going to be very hard on your credit if you have problems already. That's why I hope you clear them up now. Okay, what does it mean to a Virgo? Well, Virgo, this is a time when I hope, Virgo, that you may be listening to what's going on around you and be very knowledgeable about that. And Virgos are pretty mentally active. It's a mental sign. But Virgo, I urge you, in any situation when people are talking about a problem, and yours is the sign of the good problem solver, I urge you not to say a word. This is not a time when people are interested in facts. This is a time when they are following their emotions closely, since there is a grand trine in water signs. And that's what's going to make up their mind, how they feel about something, not an analysis of a situation. And so with Venus and Mercury, your own ruler in Gemini, squaring your sun, it simply means that no matter what answer you have, people want something quicker and shorter and brief. And that isn't the way you work, so I advise you to say nothing right now. Neptune in Pisces is also opposing your sun sign, which means you don't know all the facts about something because someone hasn't told you, or they've left out important details. And for that reason, Virgo, you need to step way, way back. Go to the back of the room, hide in the shadows, and don't say a word. This is not a time when people will listen to you willingly. And that is why I think you should save your breath and protect yourself a little bit, and let the emotions go by the wayside right now. Let them run their course, and then later on you can be analytical and full of answers. The new moon does sextile your sun, so I think you can be pretty happy with your home and family life, and that's enough to be happy about right now. Just stay real quiet otherwise, Virgo. You didn't make the problems that are going on, and you actually can't solve them because no one will listen to you. That is why you just need to sort of keep quiet right now. Okay, what does it mean to a Libra? Well, Libra, this is a time when I think you've really had it. And so for that reason, no matter what happens, I think you will be relieved. If there is a breakup, it means somebody will go their own way and you will have peace of mind, which is what your sign rules. It rules peace. If there is some sort of a move, that could take the pressure off you in one way or another as well. And it could be financial pressure. In other words, you could downsize a little bit. And if there is some sort of layoff, it can give you a little breathing space right now, because you are under such terrible pressure right now, Libra, that something has got to give, and you know it. In other words, yours is the sign of the peacemaker. You will do almost anything to keep the peace, and believe me, it's not possible right now, and you ought to give up. And the reason why is other people just have their own ideas of what they want to do. Some of them are very erratic and rebellious, and you can't control them. Others just want to make some sort of move right now, or they're emotionally involved in ways that if they're not making you happy, well, they're not happy either. And so you ought to just sort of leave that all alone, Libra. And so what I think is that you've got to make some sort of small change. And luckily, Venus, your own ruler, and Mercury are in Gemini, trining your sun. You are actually in a better position, even with all these 6 planets opposing and squaring each other. You will find a way out, Libra, because Venus and Mercury are trining your sun now. And that is because you can make a small change. You can make a smooth transition. You can talk to other people, and they will help you out. And that's why you just sort of need to reach out right now, Libra, because that will ease your pain. And I think you have been in pain, and I think you can get over it now with a little help from your friends. Okay, what does it mean to a Scorpio? Well, Scorpio, this is a wonderful new moon for you tomorrow, and that is because there are 3 planets in Cancer, the Sun, Moon, and Jupiter, all trining Saturn in your sign. That's wonderful. And Neptune in Pisces is also trining your sun sign where you have Saturn. So it really is possible, even though there are 4 retrograde planets, and Neptune and Saturn are 2 of them right now, it simply means that with this grand trine in water signs, that you are in a unique position to make a move if you want to, or to make a dream come true. Or it can be that you can be finally at last doing some financial paperwork or clearing up a financial matter from the past, particularly by next month, because Saturn is going to go direct in your sign next month, and your energy level is going to increase, and your finances are probably going to increase as well. And so yes, you can make a move if you want to. Or if there is a breakup, I don't think it's yours, Scorpio, but it can be around you. And even if other people are having financial problems, I don't think you can do a lot about that right now, because they have to sort of work them out on their own. So instead, I hope you concentrate on making a move or on making a dream come true, because I think you can afford it. This new moon is trying to show you that you need to come home to how you really feel and to who you really love. And that's all you need to do right now, Scorpio. You can make it. Good luck. Okay, what does it mean to a Sagittarius? Well, Sagittarius, this is simply a time when I think you've still got to do something somebody else's way. And the reason why is, first of all, that new moon is 150 degrees away from your sun or in conjunct, meaning it may not have a lot of influence on you. You may not move, but I think somebody else wants to make a small change, and I hope you go along with it, Sagittarius, because Venus, the planet of love, and Mercury, the planet of the mind, are in Gemini, strongly opposing your sun sign, and Neptune in Pisces is squaring your sun sign. And so you may not have all the answers right now, but other people think they do, and they are probably going to be successful at making some small change. I think instead of you moving, there may be other people moving in, or you may have to add to your home in one way or another, or make space for people. You could be having visitors this summer. So that's a great idea, Sagittarius. But as far as you getting ahead right now, I'm not so sure you can be in 2 places at once. And so I think you're going to have to just bide your time and do something somebody else's way and make some small changes. Remember, they'll be successful, but I think they'll be more successful for someone else than they will be for you. Okay, what does it mean to a Capricorn? Well, Capricorn, you could be under a great deal of stress right now, and you can be very undecided about what to do, but I think you've had it, and that is because there are 6 planets in cardinal signs. And so that new moon tomorrow in Cancer, along with the Sun and Jupiter, are all strongly opposing your sun sign where you have Pluto. Yours is an earth sign, but there are no planets in any of the other earth signs, so you have no backup or fortification right now, and you've got a lot coming down on your shoulders, Capricorn, and that is because not only are the 3 planets in Cancer opposing your sun sign, indicating that family members or a possible move is really important to you, and they want to have their way, and they may get it right now, Capricorn. So I hope you don't fight with family members. It won't do you any good at all. And so just try to be quiet. And also Mars in Libra is squaring your sun sign, and Uranus in Aries is also squaring your sun sign, so you could be in the middle of somebody else's fight and you would be the odd person out. And that is why it is just like Virgo. It's very important for you to be real quiet right now, Capricorn. Mind your own business. Do not get in the middle of other people's battles, because you'd get crucified instead, and it's not worth it. So I think you just need to, if you want to make a small change, I hope you go home and read a good book and try to unload some of the things that you're worried about right now, Capricorn, and stay focused on what is dear to you. That way, at least you can make yourself happy, because I don't think you're in a position to make others happy. So if I were you, rather than having them unload all their troubles on you, try to find some peace of mind yourself if you can. Okay, what does it mean to an Aquarian? Well, Aquarius, this is simply a time when I think you're going to really benefit. Your ruler Uranus is in Aries, and it is sextile your sun. It is under a lot of pressure right now, and so you could be under a little bit of pressure as well, Aquarius, and that is because there can be changing situations around you. There can be the threat of a partnership breakup of one sort or another. There can be somebody who is on the losing end of a legal matter, and for that reason they could decide to take off and leave, and it probably would be a good idea if they did that. Or there is the possibility that there are people around that are just so antagonistic with each other that, you know, you could feel as if you had to be a referee right now. Don't do that, Aquarius. And the reason why is there's really some good planets in air signs right now, and that will benefit your future. And Aquarius rules the future. So even if there is a breakup, it'll benefit you because Mars in Libra trines your sun. But Venus and Mercury in Gemini are also trining your sun. You do have some support now, Aquarius. So you need to go forward with plans, and you're going to be successful in making some sort of change right now, and that is because you need to advertise or speak up or bring new people in, and that it will be exciting for you. And on top of that, they can be doing some of the work that you have been shouldering, and that would sort of ease your pain or your anxiety as well. So, you know, if you delegate right now, Aquarius, that would be a good idea, and that could sort of take some of the pressure off you as well. Not financial pressure, there's still some of that, but otherwise, I think this is a wonderful time for you to really communicate successfully with other people and make small changes or change places with somebody. And I think you're sort of dying to do that anyway, aren't you, Aquarius? So good luck. Okay, what does it mean to a Pisces? Well, Pisces, this is a wonderful new moon for you tomorrow, and that is because the Sun, Moon, and Jupiter are trining your sun sign, and so is Saturn in Scorpio. And even though Neptune is retrograde in your sign and Saturn is retrograde in Scorpio, since Cancer does rule the home and families and a possible move, I think there is the possibility that you could make a move, Pisces. And I think that you can really sort of almost afford it, meaning that you may have cleared up some debt issues or loan issues from the past, so that's good. You may have some money saved, perhaps enough to buy something, but do you have enough saved for an emergency, Pisces? I'm not so sure about that. So try not to have rose-colored glasses on in a financial situation or in something regarding a move. If you were downsizing, you'd really do better than if you were upsizing or going for something more expensive right now. Not because you can't afford it, but because you may not have any other financial backup in case of an emergency. So you might have to save more money, Pisces. But otherwise, if you've got your mind on a move and you can get the right price and the right terms, I think you're probably going to do it. Good luck. All right. Thanks so much for tuning in. Remember that you can see our show anytime you want on our website, starborninstitute.org. And if you subscribe on the website, then the shows can be sent to you and you can watch them at your convenience anytime or keep reviewing them for information. So I hope you do that, and I hope that you also read the newsletter that accompanies every show on the website. Thanks a lot. I'll see you next week. Bye.